fangs, which are in sheaths, so you don't see the, if you look closely, you might be able to see the tip projecting out, but the fangs are inside sheaths, and when he fully opens his mouth, those sheaths will pull back and expose those hypodermic-like fangs that these guys have. Yeah, so these guys have rotatable maxillae, so they have a tiny little maxilla that just has the fang on it, and it rotates, which allows them to have really long fangs that can be folded up against the roof of the mouth. Obviously, this snake has shed a few times. Every time they shed their skin, they acquire another segment on their rattle. This guy's pretty calm. He's cold. Although he was ready to crawl away, like when he was just like right under a little surface piece there.
What is the covering of the fangs called?
A sheath, or yeah. And if you look closely, if anybody wants to come really close to this snake, maybe I'll come closer to you guys. Don't get your hands anywhere near him. But if you look, you'll see that, so there's an eye. Actually, there's somebody who, anybody with a pen, like maybe Luke? Yep. You want to come over here with that, with Kaylee's pen?
You want to you're going to make it like...
I want to point out where, I'm not going to touch the fangs, but I want to point out where the thermal sensitive pit organ is. So would you like to do that?
Yeah, that one? Or is it this one?
Let's get him in the light where everybody could see it, like on that side. So the nostril is the one that's closer to the midline. So go to the other side, the side I'm on. Oh. There you go. So that's that upper one is the nostril, and the lower one is the thermal sensitive pit organ. So these are pit vipers, right? So you may or may not know that term, or know that these snakes have this amazing system. It's actually it's like an infrared camera, so they can see thermal images and superimpose them on the visual images of their potential prey.
Is his mouth open because you're squeezing his neck?
His mouth is open as a part of its threat display.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry? Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it up close, you can see actually there's two openings on this guy, which is kind of cool. But the one that's closer to the fang there, you can see right through it. So it's like a camera that is sensitive to temperature. And it's wired in with the trigeminal nerve into the visual cortex of the brain so that they can see this thermal image. It's pretty spectacular. So you've all seen like the thermal imaging out of a helicopter when they're looking for like the criminal running on the ground. These guys have that sort of sensation, but it's better than any manual camera. Super sensitive. They can detect differences that are like much less than a single degree centigrade.
Which spot is it? Is it the orange spot?
Yeah, it looks orange because you're seeing right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the upper one, the one that's closer to the midline of the snake, that's the nostril. And then the larger opening that's just above the fang there is the thermal sensitive pit organ. And of course the eye is behind that.
Nice.